Get it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you want to be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They go play fake. Mahomes. Forced out to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Did the sack to Barkevious Mingo, the former number 6 pick. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Mahomes to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. 1st down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Mike 41, I'm going to wedge that. Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 41's coming. 41's a Mike. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Hey, 57, 57.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice, get rid of it, live to fight another down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Motion, watch in, come on.
They go play action. Now Mahomes taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 54 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC.
Makes the score. Chiefs 7, Texans nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Out of the gun, Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Trying to get it that time to Stills. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And an alley to run. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
It's now 2nd and 6.
15.
The 41-yard line.
From the 41, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down again. Whitney Merciless picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. He was looking that time for Stills. That'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again is Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They're going for it. It's Watson. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
Makes the score. Chiefs 14. Texans nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 67 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore #1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition and us not wanting to be wrong dictates that we say New England next. And rightly so because of the number of Lombardi trophies they've won. How they've
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney merciless, able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
43. Hey, 4-1 Mike. You ain't doing nothing today. 41 Mike, right here. 15. Go, tackle, let's go.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup. 42 yards.
Let's go.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis in his first half of action. Here's Watson, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down, and he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Throwing again on second down. Watson going for it, and that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Kenny Stills there to make the grab, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. Escaping the pressure right. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Whitney merciless, getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Mahomes going to throw. Completes it to Hardman. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now a first down carry here from McCoy. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw on second down. Mahomes. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Let's hear it, Texans fans, because it's 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Attack!
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And Butker able to put this one through. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Watson flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2. Much more manageable.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. Silva. Check.
3rd and 2. Watson. Open man is Miller. He's got it. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Watson. Flush to his right. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Being chased out left. He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 47.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Safety's creeping. Hey, switch gears.
After the sack on 1st down, Watson stepping up. He'll try and run. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 1.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
I'm coming. 56 is the mic.
From the gun, here's Watson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Frank Clark able to put an end to that play, and in so doing, puts an end to this 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. Hey, let's get in that hole.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. It's complete to Fuller. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Reset. 218. I got him. 124. Slam.
The first down carry here for Johnson. Chris Jones on the stop.
Watch out.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 2nd and 9, Watson, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Watson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Slam. Hey, Ridley. 41's the mic. Hey, yo, go. Get that ball. Haywood. Get that ball. 41's the mic. Check 41.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
You go tight. You got tight right there. Get the yellow. 41. We got to wedge that up. Time to go night.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. This for his running back, McCoy. Past the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now McCoy. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Texans' 17-yard line.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll go again to McCoy. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. It's McCoy. Oh, no, he lost the football. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Back to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Watson now to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They were looking for Johnson that time.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. On first down, it's McCoy. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.
Feel like, yeah. to your pop, to the beat, to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog, I'ma need a bone for my whole